to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaCroix Scott, and today we are reviewing Gia Coppola's The Last Showgirl.
Showgirl. I like this movie.
It is.
Just
I liked it.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing. Like, I think that she should get nominated for this film. I feel like she could perfectly embody like the everyday person that you see in Vegas. Like,
yeah, I thought she was great.
I thought they were all great too. Like,
I liked it a lot. I knew going in probably that I would like it a lot just because of the buzz that it had. And, it's very sort of life imitating art, right? Like with Pamela Anderson. And I mean, it was what I expected, but that was kind of it. Like, I liked it. Dave Bautista, I thought was really good in it.
Yeah.
Although I had questions about his character. Like, he knew he had, well, so here's another spoiler. He knew he had a daughter. He didn't really do anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, the same goes for her too. Like, it was very much people in a bubble that really enjoyed, something very nostalgic that just could not embrace modernity. Is that the word? They couldn't like modernize. But also, I just thought that it was such a lovely reflection of just getting older, and you don't see those types of stories. Like, if you're in your your late 50s 60s and you are holding on to this ideal of like glamour and like it, all the beauty and all these things, and now you have to hard pivot, or you just felt like you were so out of it, and then you're just shocked when your world just like goes away. And I was just like, oh, this is so cool. And I love the fact, like, the detail when it came to like Shelley's home. Like, it was like the set designer did an amazing job, because it was all this old furniture and the wood paneling and things that you see from like the 70s and 80s, well dressed. Whereas I guess, movies now, you don't really see, like, it's blank walls. It's very, clear that it's like, okay, we have this home for this film. It's not lived in. It doesn't have character. And I felt like the home had character, to the point where her colleagues came over, to celebrate and do things and like just hang out. And you just don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that her house was interesting. Like the statue of the woman with the wand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that is in Vegas.
I don't either. I wonder if it's, I guess, like, in the Strip, I've never been like all the way up the Strip, like to the stratosphere. So maybe it's kind of one of those like beginning markers or end markers.
I thought that was interesting. I did like the Jamie Lee Curtis when she's like dancing, and like, she sort of had this episode and she just starts dancing. I had just a couple days before we watched this movie, I watched Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, which I had never seen the whole thing, right? You see clips of it. And of course, Madonna's video references it heavily, but I was like, oh, like this is like what happens. Like if you have Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and then 30 years later, this is what happens to those girls.
Yeah. If there's like no safety net, it's just like it touches on all these things. And I'm like, we need more films like this. Like, I mean, not 100%. And I do have like one thing that I marked off for this film was kind of like the cinematography, the blurriness around like outside of the focal point. I actually thought that my contacts were getting like things like I was getting things in my eye, but I realized that was a style choice and not necessarily me. So I was like, oh, this is so blurry. Like, why? And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like the focal point and everything else is kind of hazy. I get that, but it was very distracting for me. I wanted to enjoy everything.
Yeah. I actually liked that she decided to make it hazy, because like that's how Shelley lives. Like it's just in this sort of like, yeah. Let's go to the slides. I was also surprised by the Jason Schwartzman appearance. I wasn't expecting that, but it was good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Um,
I think he's an executive producer of the film.
okay.
Yeah. He was in the credits. So I was like, oh, okay. He executive produced this. The director produced it. Um, I thought it was great. That was the one thing that just kind of took me out was I was like, oh my gosh, my eyes.
Fair, fair. I guess
Jewelry. Jewelry.
jewelry. I know, but I included that in like costumes and hair and makeup.
Okay. But
Yes.
yeah,
But yeah, the costumes were awesome.
yes.
Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
N- Um, no, not really a plug for more film or upcoming films, but more of a plug of, want to see more like stories like this, like well produced, well made stories about like women and, a variety of women. This is a really great breadth of just intergenerational friendships just based off of work culture, I guess, which sometimes you have and sometimes you don't. But yeah, this is a really great film.
Ashley Park. I was surprised to
Yeah.
see her. So, and I liked her in this.
Oh wait,
I
it's not Ashley Park.
it's not Ashley Park. It's
Oh my gosh, it's a woman who she was a Disney person and she's married to Macaulay Culkin.
hmm. She's a Disney person. She's married to Macaulay Culkin. All right, I'll have to look that up at the
Yeah, I
end.
was like, wait, I forgot her name. Like her name escapes me at this moment, but I'm
Uh,
like, she's like on the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody or something like that. A show that I have never watched, but certainly seen clips of, um, on social media.
I'm getting to the point where I get people confused. Like, do you know that I think that I thought Stanley Tucci and Mark Strong were the same person for a very long time?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, they are what? Low Winter Sun, and then have The Devil Wears Prada.
Well, so I was like we were talking about the Dune poster, and somebody said Dax looks like the guy in the Dune poster, the Dune show, not the movie, where there's like Emily Watson is in the front, and then
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought
Okay.
that was Stanley Tucci, and I was like, oh, is it
No,
Stanley
Stanley
Tucci?
Tucci usually has glasses.
But people take off their glasses like that.
Not Stanley Tucci.
So I was just like, oh, that's a different person. So no offense to those actors who I just confused with Ashley Park.
Brenda
I apologize.
Song.
Oh, I apologize. But apparently as I age, I cannot tell people apart anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Well, thanks everyone for watching. On that note, we will go and we'll see you next time.
Bye.